Alright guys, today's the day I review A Man Up, episode 6 of the 2016 Powerpuff Girls reboot. I'm going to be very upfront with you guys. This is my least favorite episode out of everything I've seen so far. The summary builds up the whole typical male trope with very little payoff at the end. You'll see what I mean soon enough. Townsville's holding a Renaissance fair and the three girls have decided to drop by. Buttercup complains because it's boring and she'd rather be watching something like monster trucks instead. So Blossom tries to get Buttercup to give meditation a chance. I find it strange that she wants absolutely nothing to do with it considering she's pretty laid back in most other episodes. Out of nowhere, this guy shows up. His name is Manboy because he's got the power of a man in the body of a boy. He complains like a male stereotype would by stating that there isn't enough manliness in Townsville anymore. Buttercup sees this as a challenge and begins to talk smack, but Manboy makes fun of the fact that she's a girl by calling her princess. Buttercup doesn't take this very lightly and proceeds to beat the crap out of him. Need I remind you that we literally had an episode titled Princess Buttercup not too long ago? There's a quick montage of Buttercup going crazy, but it seemed a bit out of character for my liking. I know she could lose her temper in previous episodes, but she would never take it out on the innocent civilians, or even her own sister for that matter. Blossom shows Buttercup that her temper has gotten the best of her as we all see the damage her fighting has caused. We skip ahead to the next day with our girls taking that meditation class with Chilaxi, the hippie Blossom had previously found at the fair. I actually like this little exchange about the quiz because the three girls managed to bounce off of each other rather nicely. I appreciated the humor because the situation was funnier rather than the dialogue. The whole ridiculousness of them going on and on about something meaningless puts a smile on my face. Chilaxi explains that one must balance their inner fire and water in order to achieve peace.
I'm always angry.
And while Blossom and Bubble seem to be able to accomplish this no problem, Buttercup is clearly struggling. This causes him to speak with her one-on-one. He tells us his origin story where he was once an RV salesman, but he lost his customers to the Tube Man. It's a minor detail, but at least it adds some depth to his character. He gives her this pendant and she starts to find herself becoming more calm. I kinda wish they gave it more time like the original did because it would make it feel like she gave more of an effort trying to learn proper meditation, but considering what happens in the rest of the episode, it had to be cut for time constraints. We then see Manboy angrily talking about getting revenge on Buttercup for his embarrassing defeat, which can only mean one thing. The show then takes us to the park where Buttercup tells her sisters that she has become Moonbeam Sunshine.
That's an oxymoron.
Suddenly Manboy appears with an army of meat that attacks the girls. Buttercup attempts to use her new ways to solve the problem, but he takes advantage of this and blasts her with his tank. At this time Buttercup has a dream in which a two-man talks to her about fire and water again. Also yes, that is a slightly edited photo of the Sahara Desert. I even searched it today and it's still there. She wakes up and attempts to put her knowledge to work, but it fails her. She gives it another shot though, and manages to actually beat Manboy. The day is saved, until she loses her temper again and the entire episode becomes null and void. So in case you couldn't tell already, these are the reasons why I don't like this episode. Manboy is easily the worst villain in any medium I've ever seen. He's so uncreative in his design, name, and abilities. I mean, the power of manliness, the ending is flawed in my opinion. In the original, Buttercup overcomes her temper and returns home feeling better than ever. But in this one, she just disregards everything she accomplished and goes back to being angry again. There's also no lesson here. Manboy never learns the error of his ways, Buttercup forgets everything she's done, and no other character develops like Blossom or Bubbles. All I can really do is hope they never do anything with this villain or concept ever again.